The president's speech comes almost a year after he rallied the world to come to Ukraine's defense. In his speech, President Biden is expected to highlight Russia's crimes against humanity and urge the West to continue supporting Ukrainian defenses. It comes one day after his visit to Kyiv, where he became the first American president in modern times to visit a war zone where there is no U.S. military presence.
1 year later, Kyiv stands, and Ukraine stands. Democracy stands. The Americans stand with you.
The unannounced trip was shrouded in secrecy. President Biden left D.C. in darkness a day earlier than expected with blinds drawn, traveling on a small C-32 instead of Air Force One. Once in Poland, Biden traveled for 10 hours by train until he reached Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in Kyiv.
Thank you very much for coming, Mr. President. That is a huge moment of supporting of the Ukraine.
Air raid sirens rang out in the streets as Biden walked with Zelensky to the Wall of Remembrance, honoring Ukrainian soldiers who died in battle since 2014.
I thought it was critical that there not be any doubt, none whatsoever, about U.S. support for Ukraine in their war against the brutal attack by Russia.
Russia was informed of Biden's visit hours beforehand to prevent a confrontation that could have spiraled into a broader conflict. Russian President Vladimir Putin also making a major speech before Russian leaders today, where he completely blamed the war on Ukraine and the West, warned the existence of their country is at stake, and declared Russia will not be defeated on the battlefield. Meanwhile, here at home, signs of a split in the Republican Party over aid to Ukraine. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis referred to Russia as a third-rate military power, saying Biden needs to lay out a clear objective of U.S. support for Ukraine.
I don't think it's in our interest to be getting into proxy war with China getting involved over things like the borderlands or over Crimea. So I think it would behoove them to identify what is the strategic objective that they're trying to achieve. But just saying it's an open-ended blank check, that is not acceptable.
While in Poland to give his speech, President Biden will meet with leaders of NATO's eastern flank, including Poland, the Czech Republic, and Romania. Reporting for CBN News, Abigail Robertson.